2022. We made it. Happy New Year, friends. We made it. We're here alive. We are here alive in 2022. Let's start with good news, okay? This is 2022. We want to remain hopeful and we want to start with great news. First of all, I want to wish you a happy new year. Wanted to make this video yesterday, but I thought many people were partying like there's no tomorrow. So I decided to make this video today on a Sunday afternoon. Looks not bad. It's cold, but not bad. You know, it's winter. But I want to wish you a happy new year from me to you, your family, and your friends. Happy New Year, and we are going to remain hopeful. And we hope that this year we will have more great news. Let's start with the first great news. Not for a lot of people, but still it is a good news. And let me share my screen with you here. Let me share the screen so you can see what we got here as far as good news is concerned. Share the screen. First of all, we are going to talk about how to make an expedited request. But in this context, we will be talking about an expedited request on work authorization, employment authorization card. Remember the form I-765? A lot of people have those pending applications with USCIS, and some of them it takes at least 8 months, 10 months to get a work permit. But we have a great news coming straight from USCIS. And what are they talking about? USCIS is talking about giving you opportunity to make an expedited request if you are a healthcare worker. Please listen to this one very carefully. If you are a healthcare worker who has a pending employment authorization document renewal application, only those who have pending renewal application, and whose EAD expires within 30 days or less, or has already expired, you can call the USCIS contact center. The phone number here, 800-375-5283, to request expedited processing of your EAD, employment authorization card, right? Work permit. Based on your circumstances as a healthcare worker with an AED that will expire within a work permit that will expire within 30 days or has already expired. To determine whether you are a qualifying health worker, see the DHS Advisory Memorandum, Healthcare Public Health section, page 7 to 9. Okay, so if we click here, and then be prepared to provide evidence of your profession or current employment as healthcare worker. If the evidence you provide is not sufficient, the USCIS may not accommodate your request for expedited processing on your Form I-765. Expedited processing means only that USCIS will process the application faster. Okay? So it doesn't guarantee that you're going to get it in the next 2 weeks, but at least they will consider the fact that the person is a healthcare worker and will expedite that request. But again, who is considered healthcare worker? Remember, you have to go here on page 7 to 9. This is page 7. Okay, healthcare public health. You read all this, page 7 until page 9. And this is page 9, right? Yeah. From page 7 to 7, from page 7 to 9, 7, 8, and 9, it really gives you what they consider healthcare worker for the purpose of expediting this request. But what I wanted to talk to you about more importantly is that, well, it just doesn't mean that only healthcare worker can expedite requests when it comes to work authorization or any other type of application. You can consider requesting an expedited request. So basically asking USCIS to expedite your case based on other conditions, really based on the following. Well, how are they going to, in general, you might ask USCIS to expedite the adjudication of a benefit, basically for an immigrant benefit. They will consider all expedited requests on a case-by-case basis, requires documentation to support the request, has the sole discretion to decide whether to grant or deny a request. Okay, USCIS may consider an expedited request if it meets one of the following criteria. Remember, we have talked about expedited requests too many times, and in this video, really, even if you are not a healthcare worker, but you meet certain conditions uh, and certain circumstances apply on your case, well, you can expedite your request for any other type of case that you have, any type of petitions that you have with USCIS. Okay, they might consider whether severe financial loss to a company or a person, provided that the need for urgent action is not the result of the timely filed benefit request or petitioner or applicant failure to timely respond to any request. Okay, emergency and urgent humanitarian reasons, I've talked about it. Really, when you have especially for asylum cases, when your case is taking too long and you have humanitarian reasons to ask that the expedited request, because families back home, the war has broke down, the city has been on fire. Well, you have proof of that, you can ask USCIS to expedite the request. Okay, and of course, you can call my office again to 2751-2180 if you need help with that expedited request. It's not a guarantee. Remember, the request is they consider all expedited requests on a case-by-case basis. And then we have nonprofit organization whose request is in the furtherance of the cultural and social interests of the United States. Let's say you have a petition from a nonprofit organization, they can expedite your request provided that the request is in furtherance of the cultural and social interests of the United States. U.S. government interest, U.S. Department of Labor, DHS, or other public safety or national security, or if there is a clear USCIS error. Especially, we got a case, I guess we got several cases where USCIS made a mistake on a green card based on date of birth, based on country of birth. So we had to make those expedited requests because it was clear that USCIS has made an error and they had to fix it as soon as possible. So, well, you can go ahead and read it. You can appeal an expedited request as well. Application for asylum, you can ask for expedited requests on those, provided that you really have those humanitarian reasons. And you can ask even if the benefit is pending outside of the United States. So you can go over this one and really read it and see what you can do when it comes to expedited requests. But as far as healthcare workers are concerned, well, number one, you have to have a renewal application, and AID will expire within 30 days or less, or has already expired. Not a new applicant, really. It has to be that we're talking about a renewal application. Then we have this one, USCIS extend flexibility for responding to agency requests. Again, they're doing it based on the coronavirus, okay? In response to COVID-19 pandemic, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services is extending the flexibilities it announced on March 30th, 2020 to assist applicant, petitioner, and requester who are responding to certain, for example, request for evidence, continuation to request evidence, notices of intent to deny, notices of intent to revoke, notices of intent to rescind, notices of intent to terminate regional centers, and motion to reopen and N400 pursuant to 8 CFR 335.5. Okay. And then, well, they're asking how many days they're giving. That's what we want to know, right? This flexibility to the document listed above if the issuance date listed on the request notice of the decision is between March 21st, 2020 and March 26th, 2022 inclusive. Okay, USCIS will consider a response to the above request and notices received within 60 days after the response due date was set in a request or notice before taking any action. So they will wait 60 more days after the response is set before they take any action. In addition to that, a motion to reconsider, that too, they will not give you the answer until they wait for those days, right? In addition, USCIS will consider Form I-290B notice of appeal or motion or Form N-336 request for hearing on a decision in naturalization proceedings under Section 336 of the Immigration and Nationality Act if the form was filed up to 90 calendar days from the issuance of the decision they made, and they made the decision between November of 1st, 2021 and March 26, 2022 inclusive. So really, under previously announced flexibility, USCIS consider form if the form was filled up to 60 calendar days from the issuance of a decision, and if such decision was issued between March 1st, 2020 and October 31st, 2021 inclusive. So basically, if you read it, it simply just means that they're giving more time in allowing you to respond to those requests. So giving you the possibility to come up with a strong decision. If you have a notice to intend to deny, intend to rescind, to terminate proceeding, all that, please call my office 202-751-21 so we can discuss how we're going to attack in 2022 your case. Remember, consultation fees apply. As usual, I'm gonna go back here. So those are great news, right? At least we have great news. We're starting this year with great news, and we hope to continue with this like that, right? That's just a hope. We hope to continue with great news when it comes to our cases, when it comes to your petitions. We really hope that we go from great news to great news, okay? If you need a consultation with me, please call my office 202-751-2180. Email on display. Consultation fees apply. I have a lot of hearings this year, 2022. People in removal proceedings. Really, we're coming up with strong defenses. I'll be updating you on the outcome, really, because we are hoping that we have the best defense as we can have, right? We are hitting this year straight on, like heads up, right? And we hope to win. That's our hope, but we work hard for that too. So call my office if you need anything as far as case assessment. And again, I wish you a happy new year, and the best is yet to come. Until next time, bye-bye.